Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're having a fantastic holiday weekend. I hope you get to spend some time with friends and family. And obviously, you can tell my background's a little bit different. Jason and I are doing the exact same thing, but you know me, I can't take any time off of work. So while Jason is kind of doing some things in the other room, I'm knocking out some videos before we hang out with some family. Guys, we're back to talk about Teresa Giudice, who is clapping back at Caroline Manzo. I know that you guys probably saw it in my pre-recorded video, but she did a podcast interview with her son talking about how she would verbally like to knock the shit out of Teresa Giudice and she would come back on the show if she came back on the show, but Bravo cannot afford her. Her son Albie said, "Mom has a lot of bombs to drop," and I want to know exactly what they're talking about. But in the meantime, according to Reality Blurb, Teresa Giudice accuses Caroline Manzo of using her for clout after her diss and shares why she's still on the show and Caroline is simply not. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Teresa Giudice is responding to Caroline Manzo, declaring that she wants to verbally knock the shit out of her, which that's a pretty strong statement. I'm glad she said verbally because, yeah, cover your tracks on that one, Caroline. After Caroline appeared on an episode of her son Albie Manzo's podcast, Dear Albie, which was titled Caroline Manzo Out for Blood, and targeted her as a bully, the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast member suggested that Caroline is all talk before accusing her of using her for publicity. She didn't knock the shit out of me the entire time that she was on the show. That's why I'm still there and she's not. That's what Teresa told TMZ on May 26th. Whew. Okay. On Albie's podcast, Caroline said that she was tired of Teresa suggesting that she turned her and her now ex-husband, Joe Giudice, in to the IRS, which ultimately resulted in both parties spending time behind bars. Now, as fans may recall, Teresa previously accused Caroline and Jacqueline Larita of alerting the IRS to fraud committed by her and Joe. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who told. I mean, if they told and they were your friends, yeah, they should probably not be your friends anymore, because it ended up in like you going into prison, missing time with your mom, your husband being deported. The point is, there were a lot of things that were wrong, and that's why they were sentenced. I would get great pleasure, fans, communities, to go in and just knock the shit out of Teresa verbally and just put her in her place. I'm tired of certain things. I am tired of her opening her very uneducated mouth and using me as a weapon to say that I was the one to spearhead her IRS claim. Caroline also went on to accuse Teresa of being so obsessed with her, and she labeled her as a bully. If you are obsessed with me, I am more than happy to come and answer your claim. Sometimes you got to smack the bully. I am more than happy to go smack the bully. This is true. Like, can somebody, where are the Bravo producers right now? Because can we just write Caroline Manzo a contract up? They just started filming literally this week on Monday. They've only filmed a couple of things at this point. They couldn't have filmed too much in 1 week. They filmed for about 3.5. Somebody needs to call up Caroline Manzo right now, put a contract in front of her face. She said Bravo can't afford her. I would start a GoFundMe, start shelling out some money because I want to see what Caroline has to offer and bring to the table. But according to Teresa, Caroline only brought her up on Albie's podcast in an effort for clout. She's promoting her son's podcast, so she talks about me because otherwise no one is paying attention. And as Teresa mentioned, Caroline was perfectly cordial to her when they filmed their Super Bowl commercial in December of 2019. In person, she was hugging me. On her son's podcast, she wants to fight me. I mean, that doesn't add up either. That kind of doesn't add up. But now we know, again, that they're currently in production. We want to know where this is going to go at this point because this has been a long time coming. But when it comes to Caroline and Teresa, this is just such a tumultuous relationship at this point. I do think that Caroline's right. Bravo might not want to shell out the money for her. But Vicki Gunvalson made a statement a long time ago that made a lot of sense. The ratings for these different franchises have gone down the tube. A lot of them have, especially Orange County. And it's because Bravo's trying to save money. So they're bringing in new cast members who people aren't invested in. some of them are exciting, some of them aren't. But the point is, people aren't invested in the same way that they would if all of a sudden Bravo announced Caroline Manzo making her return. Cue to the trailer, and it's Caroline doing a one-on-one with Teresa, and they're ripping into each other, but not like crazy. I don't want to see like women fighting or anything like that, but just holding each other accountable. Would love to see that, and that would skyrocket the ratings. I think it would be worth it. And instead, they're testing these 3 different women. Danielle, there's a couple of them for New Jersey. I know that they demoted Jackie Goldschneider. We saw that Tracy Lynn Johnson was still at the filming event, which I was shocked by because they cut her out of all 3 parts of the reunion. So I didn't think that she was coming back at all. And to be fair, Frank Catania said the same thing. He said, I don't see her coming back. You know, she's a nice girl. We really like her and Tiki Barber, but I'm pretty sure she's fired. But instead of bringing back Caroline, they're going to put pennies into these 3 women's pockets. They're probably only going to pick one because they demoted Jackie. So I'm guessing one will become a full-time housewife. And then we have to get reintroduced, reinvested. Are we? I don't know. It just depends. Sometimes it's a flop. Look at Dr. Jen Armstrong. We brought her onto Orange County and people wondered why. And then at the reunion, I don't think she said more than 10 words. It didn't really work out the way that they were anticipating, even though we're hearing maybe she's coming back next season. But Kelly Dodd did say, I just want to say this, Kelly Dodd said that she is using her divorce, or this, what Kelly Dodd is calling a fake divorce, in order to create storyline and create interest to be asked back to the show. Who actually knows what's happening? I watched the same show that you guys watch. Watching them on TV, it looked like they really don't even like each other to begin with. She's kind of a workhorse, power horse of just like, I want to make a lot of money, and he wants to spend time with his family and kids. He doesn't want to sit there and drink all night. She likes to have a cocktail or two. This could easily be the demise of their relationship. I don't think that that's too far of a stretch. My point is here, getting back to it, Teresa and Caroline Manzo, when we're talking about this whole feud going on, this has been so many years coming. And we know that Teresa's good friends with Caroline's sister, Dina Manzo, and Caroline and Dina have no relationship at this point after Caroline wrote a letter on behalf of Dina's ex-husband, who allegedly had her assaulted inside of her home, her and her husband. So I'm sure if that's true, then Dina's probably like, how could you as a sister go behind my back and try to write a letter to the judge and make it look like this man is innocent? She's probably pissed off at her sister, and that makes a lot of sense to all of us. Why wouldn't it? But guys, I don't want to just put out this information and not ask your opinion. So go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts about Teresa accusing Caroline of using her for clout for this after the diss, and saying this is why she's on the show when Caroline's not? Because she does make a valid point. They just filmed, it was only 2.5, 3 years ago, the Super Bowl commercial for 2019. And she was hugging her. But this goes way, way, way back beyond that. So how? Why didn't you say it then? Are you using this to promote Albie's podcast? I don't know, Caroline. Teresa might have a point. Go ahead, comment below, smash that like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and happy Memorial Day weekend, guys. We love you so much, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.